For this reason, a moment ago, I called Professor Mutharika directly to congratulate him on his historic victory and to wish him well in his upcoming tenure as the 7th President of the Republic of Malawi. I have done this because I accept the results of the presidential election that the Malawi Electoral Commission has already validated and released, just as I will accept the final result that the Commission is scheduled to announce at 2 p.m. I know that to many of you who supported my campaign for re-election, this outcome is disappointing. But I want you to know that I will forever be grateful for your trust in me and for your support of my candidacy. I also know that to the majority of you who voted, this outcome is a reflection of your collective will to have a change of government. And so it is only right that I concede defeat out of respect for your will as citizens and out of respect for the Constitution. But regardless of whether or not you voted, and regardless of how you voted, if you are a Malawian citizen anywhere in the world, I want to thank you for conducting yourself throughout this election in a peaceful, orderly, and lawful manner. Most importantly, I want to thank the Lord God Almighty and all of you for the incredible privilege you gave me for the past 5 years to serve as your 6th president. In the days that remain before my successor takes his oath of office, I want you to know that I am fully committed to facilitate a peaceful transfer of power. I have already instructed my team to begin preparations to render the incoming administration any support needed to ensure a seamless process that safeguards our nation's peace, order, institutions, public services, and constitutionalism. Additionally, I have issued directives for all my staff to see to it that over the coming days, all state residences are left in good order and in time for the President-elect to move in upon taking his oath of office. Let me also thank the Malawi Electoral Commission for the meticulous and outstanding job it has done to ensure that this entire electoral process is peaceful and transparent. Worthy of special mention and praise in this regard is the MEC Chair, Justice Annabelle Mtalimanja, whose cool head and steady hands have ably steered this long and complex process in a manner that is commendable and admirable. But I know that to run an election as well as she has requires an ecosystem of supportive commissioners, electoral staff, and stakeholders. So as President, I want to thank all of you for the role you have played to make these general elections a success and to make Malawi's democracy a shining example for the whole world. Allow me to say one more thing about the Malawi Electoral Commission's work before I conclude. In my understanding, the Commission has two responsibilities. The first is to determine and announce a result which is a credible reflection of the will of the majority of Malawians, a task I believe the Commission has executed with flying colors. But the second responsibility, which is yet to be done, is to identify any electoral irregularities that have happened in the electoral process and ensure that they are addressed fully and transparently. And those responsible for those violations of the law are held to account. So far, various political parties, including my own, have brought to the attention of MEC a number of such irregularities. But crucially, the Commission itself announced that it also identified anomalies in the results of a number of districts, resulting in a decision to quarantine those results until further notice. The anomalies do not necessarily mean that the election result projected Professor Mutharika as the winner is not credible or a reflection of the will of the people. Even in sports, the occurrence of foul play does not mean the final score is not a true reflection of the game. What these irregularities mean is that the Electoral Commission, as a referee, has a duty under the law to provide a full and transparent account of the irregularities, a full and transparent account of how they happened, a full and transparent account of how they have been resolved, and a full and transparent account of how those who committed fouls will be held accountable. I was of the view that the Commission needed to do this before announcing the final result. And I even asked the High Court to prevail on MEC to do this before the final announcement. However, it has been decided by the court that MEC should be allowed to address these matters during its final press briefing today. And I have accepted the court's direction. I'm hopeful that MEC will also execute this second responsibility with flying colors, because doing so will ensure that our electoral process and our democracy is stronger as we move forward. Going forward, I call on all of you to render our incoming president the same kind of collective support that you have given to the Malawi Electoral Commission during this process. Because Professor Mutharika's success in leading our nation towards prosperity will depend on all of us standing as one people in pursuit of our nation's development. So whether you are a political party, a candidate, or a voter, or whether you have emerged on the winning side or on the losing side, my prayer is that you will all remain active in taking our development and democracy forward. And my commitment is to do my part in that collective effort. To the members of my party, I will be giving further direction in the near future about how we will transition from our leadership in the months to come so that we can rebuild our platform for success in the future. But I believe that what matters now is for all of us as Malawians to work together as one nation to make Malawi better, because that's how we will be winners, all of us, in the end. God bless you all, and God bless Malawi.